Our first question for Isiah comes from Frank Ziccarelli from the Toronto Sun.
Looking good there, Isiah. Looking good.
Thank you.
So Isiah, how do you sum up the past year? Like what happened? What happened to you? Like it's like you disappeared.
Oh man, I came into camp ready to go. I was having a pretty good camp, closing it out, finishing up pretty strong. I was feeling good, feeling like I was about to have a great year. And unfortunately, offensive lineman, I'm down in the trenches, got rolled up on, tore my ankle up, was out for the year. So from there, I had to have surgery, went back to the US, and pretty much spent the year just rehabbing, trying to get back right and get back here to where I am today.
What was the toughest part, Isiah?
Honestly, the toughest part for me was just coming to terms with the fact that my season was over. I was entertaining different surgical options to try to get me back in a 6 to 8 week time frame, but because of the extent of the injury, that wasn't possible. So that just coming to grips with after that COVID year, finally getting a chance to get out there and show what I can do, having a good camp, about to take that momentum into the season and have a great season and help these guys win games, help us win games. The fact that the season was over, there's nothing I can do about it, and I couldn't really control it. And that I had a lengthy rehab process ahead of me. That was probably the toughest part to come to terms with.
And Isiah, this past off season, as you were preparing for 2022, were you in any way hindered because of the ankle injury?
Yes and no. I mean, so obviously when you injured, it's you start off a little limited. So I mean, I was in a cast for about 6 to 8 weeks. Came out the cast, kind of had to learn how to walk, run, and cut again. Pretty much what that was. So I mean, earlier in the off season, it's a lot of upper body, some single leg work. It took time to kind of build back up to be able to do things going full speed. So I mean, I've had some injuries in the past that you may or may not know. So I mean, yeah, I was inhibited, but again, it's part of being a professional athlete. You can't let those issues stop you from, handling your conditioning and doing what you need to do. So when you do get back up, you can be successful on the football field.
And Isiah, how was mentally for you today? Because today obviously was, the first time you're back at Guelph. That's where you, sadly, you endured what happened last year. Was it hard to get back on the field today?
Honestly, it wasn't. I mean, I had a little bit of camp jitters, just that's normal. Maybe a little more just because, after what happened, like you said, last year. But I was actually mostly excited just to get back to work, get back out there with the guys, get back around the team. That's another thing that's kind of hard too, actually. Like when you're away from the team, you're not really around the guys, you kind of got the group chat to stay in touch, but it still gets a little hard because when you're rehabbing, football is a team sport. It's a lot of camaraderie, a lot of locker room fun, different things like that. And just it was hard when you rehab and you back home on your own, you away from the guys and you kind of gotta just do what you gotta do to get back.
Now I do remember when you joined the team first, Isiah, you obviously bided your time. You learned the 1 year off the line of scrimmage, but then I thought you you made that transition incredibly well. Like, do you feel that you're primed for a spectacular season?
Honestly, I do. I feel like I'm definitely primed to have a good year. I felt like that last year coming out of camp. So right now at this point, I'm just focusing on getting in this playbook, learning the playbook, getting on my teammates, knocking this rust off. Because obviously coming back to injury, you got to get a little bit of rust off. Get this rust off. Yeah, I'm looking to have a good year and hope this team wins some games.
Well, thanks a lot, Isiah. Just visually looking at you, you look refreshed and you look pretty strong. So sincerely wish you all the best.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
Thanks, Isiah.
Thanks, Frank. Next question, Frank Stanici, Candid Frank Live.
Isiah, good day to you. I'm glad that you're getting another shot at this. You've spoken quite eloquently about the hassles of not, being able to play. But what has it been like for you as you watch the players that are coming in and out, and as an offensive lineman? You're looking at 2 all-stars that are coming in. How does that impact your preparation and your feelings about what you need to do to add that little bit that these kind of stars need?
Could you say that again? I'm trying to quite.
No worries. I'll try and say it better. You've got Brandon Banks now and Andrew Harris. You got two really good offensive weapons. How do they impact you as an offensive lineman?
I mean, honestly, those are two explosive guys, two very talented guys. They've been around a long time. They've made a lot of big plays in this league. And for me as an offensive lineman, I'm just going to do my best to bring my physicality and nastiness to the field to help open up holes for Andrew Harris and hold them blocks and help Brandon Banks make some big plays downfield, some explosive plays.
So defining yourself as an aggressive offensive lineman that's very physical and punishing.
Yeah.
Is that a fair statement?
Yeah, that's a fair statement. Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's just the embodiment of my position.
Thanks for this.
Thank you, Isaiah.